Okay. I'll get going then. You're good, huh? All right. Well, it's my first solo sail. Decent bit of breeze on the beam. Just got a coffee. Got underway, no problems. And Hazel's off in front of me. She's faster. Right, there we go. That's that. Happy enough in progress. Going well. And got about 30 miles to do today, so not too shabby. Should be in late afternoon, all being well. Going well. Yeah, well, it's turned into a lively breeze. Got a reef in each sail. TP's doing splendid work on the steering. Don't know if you'll see that. We're doing sometimes 6 knots. This Pelagic tiller pilot is brilliant. I'm very, very impressed with it. Just set it up and I barely touched the tiller. It's great. But yeah, should be there quickly today. We're flying along. 6.5 knots, I've just seen on the thing. And some spiggity. Incredible. Well, that was a boisterous sail at times, settled right down now, but most of it was lively. Saw 7 knots under sail, actually just with the main at its peak. But beautiful now, sun's come out, wind's dropped to a gentle, what we're doing now 3 and a bit, full sail, running dead downwind, foresail's dancing around as it tends to do when we're dead downwind, but it helps a bit. And beautiful scenery. Isn't that gorgeous? Yeah, this part of Spain has a really good reputation for beauty and sailing. These before Finisterre, or the sort of the north-facing ones, perhaps we should say, the ones on Biscay, are known as the Rias Altas, and round Finisterre and down towards Portugal, the Rias Bajas. And the Rias, the Spanish Rias, the Galician Rias are known for their beauty, and it truly is glorious. Working boatyard with a travel lift, always good to see. Cedeira, the little village is called. It's lovely. What a great little bay this is. Isn't that beautiful, eh?
Walking in the wrong direction, don't know to where I've been, encouraged by my inhibitions, blinded by what I've seen. I'm heading back to where I'm going, back to who knows where and when. Through the monsters of my own worst daydreams, on my way to there and then. Still I keep on moving, on the path of no return. Keep on winning as I'm losing, watching my bridges burn, 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 burn.
It's a little paradise, isn't it? Like tropical paradise. It's absolutely beautiful. Eucalyptus trees, sort of hanging growth around the beach. Perfect. There's a Hazel and a dinghy, look. Hey. Well, it's breakfast time. Rewarming yesterday's coffee that I didn't get time to drink in that sail. Pans on, and look what I got. What they sell in Spain. Salted butter in a can. I like that. Some eggs. So, looking forward to my breakfast feast. Hazel's coming over in a bit. Have a breakfast together. Then I've got to spend the day editing video. But it's a beautiful spot for it, really calm. Great night last night. We're underway towards the Bay of A Coruña, which is getting towards the very corner there of Spain. Goes around a curve really. But anyhow, I hope you know what I mean. Glorious sunny day, very little in the way of wind, as you can no doubt hear with motoring. As ever, the trusty tiller pilot's on the job, and in these conditions, it's not having to do very much. It's nice, got it easy. And this tiller pilot is absolutely brilliant. It's from an American brand, US made tiller pilot. The brand is Pelagic or however they might pronounce that. And it is absolutely fantastic. You know, we've had a few comments about the sounds it makes, but in truth there isn't a tiller pilot on the planet that doesn't make a noise. And this is a wonderful beastie. Far better than the one I had before, which was, well, it was old, it was chorus, but it's exactly the same as the current Simrad ones. I say exactly the same as far as one can tell, but this is a far superior beast. And we've got this ram unit, which I've made a little waterproof or water resistant cover for. Fits out there in a bronze fitting with a pin and another pin on the tiller there. So that's all very simple. And you get the dimensions from the manufacturer, and it's actually the same dimensions as all other tiller pilots. How far forwards the tiller pilot should attach on the tiller from the rudder pivot, rudder axis. So that's all set correctly, which is why I had to build that little wooden outcrop there for it to mount on, but it all works brilliantly. I just tie it down with a line, so they're just to stop there being any danger of it jumping out. And there's a reason for that. I don't think it's Pelagic's fault. I made the bronze bush there for the chorus tiller pilot, and it's 0.1 of a millimetre bigger, the pin, than the Pelagic. And so the Pelagic is that 0.1 of a millimetre loose in there, which is okay. So when I tie it down with that line, that little lanyard there, it's wonderful. Doesn't move at all. So that's the ram unit, and that's only the ram. There's no electronics in that apart from the actual push in and out motor, a stepping motor, I guess, by the sound of it. So this is the ram unit here, just laid on the lazarette hatch with the cover off. It's a pretty standard ram unit, I think. And this hinged bracket comes with it with the pin for mounting it. Cable with a bulging connector on the end there. 3 pins, although only 2 of them are used, I do believe. And my little lanyard for fixing it down there. That's what you get for your money. And then I'll show you how it's mounted and how it works. Obviously at the aft end here, I've got my bronze fitting there and the pin in the tiller. Now this I believe to be the weak point of the whole thing. It comes with a pin, but you're supposed to drill a hole in the tiller and glue it in, which is what I did. But I glued it in twice, and both times it came loose due to the motion of the thing. So what I've now got is a 6mm bolt through the tiller. Got a bit of Sikaflex under the washer, it just holds it in place. That works well. If I were to do it properly, and I probably will this winter, I'd get the proper pin and I'd weld it to a stainless bracket, and I'd bend that to fit around the tiller, and I'd screw it to there, allow it to go into the tiller a bit, but welded to that stainless bracket, and I think then it would be secure. But at the moment this 6mm bolt is working well, actually better than the pin previously. So that's a little, well, that's its weakest point. The rest of the tiller pilot is brilliant, and all tiller pilots have that pin issue anyhow. So I fit it without its cover, and it's a very simple thing to fit. That pin docks in there, and then I run my lanyard around. Keep the cable out of the way for now. Run my lanyard around there, underneath that bronze fitting there. Just tie that off to there. I won't do it now, but you can imagine me tying that off, I trust. Obviously I run the bulging plug around and plug it in on there, like that. So normally I'd run that cable a bit tidier than that, but this is just for demonstration purposes. Now over on the control head, when it's in standby mode, the red button withdraws the ram. It's fully withdrawn at the moment, and the green button extends it. So press that and you'll see the ram extending. And once you've got it out far enough, pop it on there. There we go. And if I press the red and green buttons now, I'm sure you get the idea. There we go. And we also have this unit here, which is the brains of the beast. Very, very easy to fit. My only complaint is that the LEDs are far too bright. So as you can see, I've stuck a bit of beautiful black duct tape on there. We've got port and starboard buttons, 2 degrees course change, or a long push for attack, which I've never used. I always change 2 degrees at a time. As we come out of the bay back there, I had to turn 90 degrees, and clearly that's 45 pushes, but that sounds ridiculous perhaps, but it isn't. I just come around in sets of 5 pushes, 10 degrees at a time. It was easy. And also meant we come around in a nice gradual curve. White one in the middle switches it on or off. That's all the computing unit, and it's got all sorts of sensors in there. The yaw sensors and roll sensors, and obviously a compass, flux gate in there. And you know, I don't do this stuff, so that's what I've read is in it. And probably some more. Then there's one other unit that's fitted or under here actually, in the lazarette, tucked up under. So this is the back of the control head, and the cable plugs in there. It's a multi-pin cable, plugs in, and it's multi-core. Just runs down through the engine room and into the lazarette, where we find this simple black box tucked up out the way, the power supply to it, the multi-core going in, and the bigger of the plugs, and the yellow and green wires coming out go off to the bulging plug on the back that we plug the ram unit in. It really is as easy as that. And that is the unit that converts the signals from the computer unit with the red and green buttons on it to the instructions for the motor to drive. And that's just a black box with a couple of wires, and it takes a 12-volt feed. That's where the feed goes in, and then just a 2-core wire runs from that up to the ram, and that comes up through that deck plug there. You can see the cable running up into that lovely box in the back there to connect it all. So it's all very simple. So I stow the ram unit away in the cockpit locker when I'm not using it, get it out, just pop it in, tie the lanyard on, plug in the bulb in, and we're ready to go. I've wired it in, so the 12-volt feed is wired in with the instruments, so it comes on with the plotter and all of that. So as soon as I turn the instruments on, it's on and ready to go. And that is truly marvellous. Man, a bit of breeze, but it's mainly on the nose. Interesting. So compared to my old tiller pilot, which we used, you know, was old, we used on Miss Marley when we sailed down there. Bought it in Oregon, and used it all the way from Oregon down into Sea of Cortez, and 8 months of sailing in Mexico. Used it all of that time. It was okay, but this one, the Pelagic, is better, no doubt. This is a very good tiller pilot, and I can recommend them without hesitation. I was very, very happy. Delivery time was good, price, you know, for that sort of thing, reasonable, and it is a truly great tiller pilot. Well, I got something really exciting. Have a look at this. It's working. In these conditions, the wind vane is steering the boat. Bungees on make a massive difference. Look at that. We're going in a straight line. That is brilliant. Well, clearly that was little more than an initial success with the wind vane, but it was, although it perhaps wasn't clear from the video clips, it was steering the boat to the wind. I kept it on for some half an hour, and it was most certainly steering to the wind and working on that motor sailing situation, which is interesting. Further testing needed. I'm not claiming great success from that, but it's the first mini success, so I was pleased with that. The bungee rubbers really helped, because previously the vane would turn the tiller off, but the tiller wouldn't come back. So having that spring from the bungee rubbers to bring the tiller back central really helped it to function, and I'm quite hopeful, but we'll see. As I say, further testing needed. But that's it for this week. Thank you for watching, and as ever, a massive thank you to the lovely people who support us via Patreon and PayPal. And if you'd like to show your appreciation of the effort that goes into these videos, as little as $1 a month on Patreon. All right, see you next time. Bye.